Using paint stripper, we removed the black paint off this LeMond spine bike. And this video will show the process of doing so and prepping it to get ready to be polished and buffed. Then after that, stickered and clear coated.
Welcome to I Know a Guy Bicycles.
Hello, welcome to I Know a Guy Bicycles. Welcome to I Know a Guy Bicycles, hanging out with the guy. Hi, I'm Justin, the guy. Obviously, I have a garage shop. Taking Cyclery out of used bikes, one bike at a time.
If you like these videos, please like and subscribe.
Welcome back to I Know a Guy Bicycles, hanging out with the guy. Hi, I'm Justin, the guy. So we're gonna mask this bike off and actually start to prep it to actually strip the paint. Did some little bit of grinding on it in our previous video to clean it up, to get it prepared. And now I'm gonna tape her up and get her rolling. So let's do this. So what we're looking at is I want to protect the existing clear coat on OCLV part, so I'm going to be trimming that back by just masking it so that I'm using a paint stripper gel, and I want to protect it as much as I can. So that's what we're going to do here. So So there's only 3 spots I have to, well, 4 technically. This one here by the top tube going into the top tube lug. This one in the seat tube going into the seat tube lug. Then I have to do these 2 here that'll protect this chain stays going on that portion there as well. So gonna continue doing this, and after I get this all taped up, we will start the process of getting it all goobered up and ready. So on to the next one. Well, since I now have it masked off in the 4 points that I need to be concerned about, I'm gonna go right into actually start applying the stripper and getting it bubbled up. So this will be a couple different layers to just get this all cleaned out. So wish me luck. Here we go. So you can see I got a nice hot mess going on over here. So I've been treating both sides several times with this, what was it called? Aircraft remover. It's really stinky. That's why I have the garage open today, and luckily it's nice enough to do that outside. But I've been doing several layers, and I've been doing lots of scraping here and there to get it to come off. And the next step after this is basically wipe it down with a damp rag to get all this stuff off, and see what's left that I need to try to either buff off, or I need to reapply some of this in some small sections to make it, but this is for a majority of the girth of it. What I did find though is underneath the decal on the paint is a little more intact, like it's more stubborn to get rid of or move. I'm assuming it's just protected by that sticker, so it just, you know, a little more girth to it. So you can see it just, you know, still doesn't, it's coming off. It's just taking its time to get all those little bits. And once I get it cleaned off, it's gonna look like, show you a little bit here. It's gonna be a raw steel, right? And get all those little pieces off. And it'll have that kind of a little bit of a titanium look, but once I put the polishers on there, it's gonna actually buff it out and be really, you know, kind of shiny. What I did find, which is interesting, is the gussets here into the carbon for the inserts in the back is alloy. You can tell by just looking at them. A little stalactite. And, but you can see the, you know, the welds, and you can see the braze-on welds, the brazing, which is kind of a copper looking, and then you braze on the cable guide here, and the shifter, or the cable guide mounts shifter housing stops up there, as well as the little button for the pump. And I realized that there's some discoloring of the decaling up here, so, or the clear coat, so I'm gonna kind of clean that up, and when I spray this, I'll probably take that off and spray that too with clear coat, get a little more added protection. But you can kind of really see where the redness, where the rust is, where I'll definitely need to clean off. And I did see some underneath the paint, which is, might have been just there prior to assembly. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna venture onto and get this all cleaned up and ready to go. Next part is probably getting it back on the stand and wiping it down, and then doing some little touch-up areas, and then onto the process of finishing and polishing. Then after that, painting. So here we go. From the garage. Whew, stinky garage. And I got the stripping compound on there, and now I'm just in the process of using a hot, warm rag to kind of wipe off the aircraft stripper, and to figure out what parts I still need to peel off and reapply, or I just need to use a buffer, or kind of like a scouring pad, which I'm going to be using anyway to make sure that the frame actually polishes really well. So, but mainly what I want to try to do is get most of this paint off, and especially in the tricky areas like in the gussets and so forth. That way I'm not spending a lot of time trying to get all those off. And it looks like I got majority of it, which is really good. It's just going to be a lot of cleaning and then getting the rust off in the areas where it did rust. But it looks like, for the most part, this frame is not corroded to the point where it's compromised, which is what I was initially afraid of happening. But it looks like to me that I'm gonna be able to, you know, resurface those areas. And, you know, see, it's all gunky, and then get it all cleaned up. So but I got most of it. So I'll just see what I can get with the scouring pad and with my cleaning agents and try to get this thing to look really industrial. But you can kind of see where I polished it already, and you can kind of see where it's like a dull gray. And once I really scour it down, it's gonna look more like that polished titanium. And with that being said, I'm gonna get it to make it look really cool. And then if I have some stubborn areas, what I can do is reapply this aircraft remover. I'm not sure what I call it, aircraft remover. It's not removing the aircraft, but anyway. But it's definitely softened all of that paint up where I get all of that. And then I can start doing my magic of detailing and getting all that rust off. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm finally out of the goopy phase and into the more of a cleaning, polishing phase. I haven't done this to a bike frame in years. I did one back in the day, stuck in the corner there. It was like old Raleigh of some sort. When I first got into cycling, actually, it was where my dad and I, years before we opened the shop, he helped me take it all apart, fix the fork, got it aligned, repack the bearings and on this old 10-speed. And so I was like 11 at the time, 12, barely can reach over the top too, and rode it around. And I think that may have sparked his passion of, that's what I want to do for a business, because he was looking for a business in general. And bikes was not a natural thing that came to him right off the bat, but it's kind of funny where you draw inspiration from, right? And that's where I think the inspiration came from to open up a bike shop. And once he got into it, he was always a fix-it handy kind of guy. And that's where it started, where, you open up the shop, and that's where I got into it. And that kind of gave me a direction in life. And here I am today, 30 plus years later, stripping frames, getting high on fumes. My goodness, this stuff is strong. Woo! So, yeah, I'm going to dive back into this and keep going.